In the spring and fall of every year, Daytona Beach becomes a mecca for motorcycles. In March, it's Bike Week, and later in the year, it's Biketoberfest. Both bring thousands of hard-riding bike fanatics to the streets.
As far as this atmosphere, you know, it's a really great group of people, and it's just a lot of fun.
We're in my home state of Florida, Daytona to be exact. We're at Biketoberfest. Welcome to Motorhead Garage, presented by TopCoat. This is an awesome bike rally. There's bike show, there's custom bike builders, and there's some of the top vendors in the nation are here. So we're at Biketoberfest, and so is Dave.
Well, John, you can get just about anything you want from one of the manufacturers here on the Midway. You can get food, hats, jewelry, clothing, and one of the most popular booths right over here. These are the TopCoat folks, and they have the magic elixir to make any bike look great.
Boy, we found one here. How about a 1951 Harley? Really cool because it's a panhead. What does a panhead mean? Well, you look at the engine, you got the top here, looks just like a pan. It's actually an 80 cc motor stroked and bored. The front end here's got the Springer suspension on it, all the way down, satin paint, looks pretty good. Come down this way, you can actually see the primary down there, all opened up. The hammer right there, that's Grandpa's hammer, man. He's shifting that thing with that joker as he goes along. It's a rigid tail on the back. It's a rigid tail suspension. And you go around to the other side, you can actually see the engraving there, PHB, Panhead Bob. What a nice bike here at Biketoberfest.
Well, they say every motorcycle is an extension of the owner's personality, and I can tell you, this bike has a ton of personality, right down to the faded front fender on this vintage Harley Davidson, to the hand-painted tank. How do I know it's hand-painted? I can see the brush strokes. So this just proves that you don't need a really cool, fancy bike to fit in at Daytona. All you need is a bike, and you're one of the gang.
Heading down Main Street here at Biketoberfest, walked into this swap meet. They got really neat stuff, but I need a couple bags for my bike. The problem is, these ones are looking pretty rough down here. Imagine I could take this back to TopCoat and they can fix it up real nice.
As you watch the traffic on the streets of Daytona, you see all sorts of motorcycles, and you realize these riders like to keep their bikes in top condition.
I've got an Indian Chieftain, which is this bike here, and then I've got two other Harleys, so I like the V-twin. Yeah, I kind of like this matte finish on this one. It's not as, you know, as much of a hassle, but it's important, you know, to keep them nice.
TopCoat works great on chrome, as well as the denim surfaces, as well as the painted surfaces on this bike. So with that being said, you're going to be able to spray the product from the paint directly to the chrome badging, as well as into the denim of the motor, and you're just going to see what the results do. Directly over the chrome, over the painted surfaces, and it's polishing this chrome to a nice deep mirror shine, as well as that paint. I don't know if you guys can see it, but the camera guys are right there. One single bottle, every single surface, phenomenal results.
Bike after my own heart. Big old chopper. Now what makes it a chopper? That big old rake on the front, man. Look at the triple tree and forks on this thing sticking out. Big old S&S motor, all chromed out and decked out. A monster with the S&S shorty carburetor down to the chrome exhaust. The thing is loud, the thing is mean, and the thing is awesome. Big old belt drive, and then the coolest part about the chopper is right there on that big old rear tire. What a monster. You got some rubber on the road on this joker. Great, great chopper.
Well, they say necessity is often the mother of invention, and that's certainly the case with TopCoat. Scott, how did you come up with the idea for TopCoat F11?
Honestly, I had a really bad car accident, and it was one of those, you know, life literally to me was over with. I didn't think I was going to walk again. So that's where it all started, was literally in a hospital bed with a laptop, a cell phone, and an idea. So my plan was, I was touching every product that was ever made in the detailing market. I knew what it was, I knew what was out there, and I realized quickly there's too many products. And if there was technology that could do one product that literally would replace 99+% of all of that other garbage on the market, you'd have a home run. And that's what I sought out to do.
We bought TopCoat in July after we bought the CVO, and we love it. Anytime we use it, you can literally just take a dry rag and it wipes right off, depending on what it is. Now, if it's love bugs or something, take a little wet rag, it literally wipes right off. Anything else we've used, we've literally had to scrub to get all the stuff off, and you still have like that haze that the bugs leave on it, but the TopCoat doesn't. We don't have that problem.
Motorhead Garage, presented by TopCoat, has plenty more to come for Biketoberfest, including unique bikes and detailing and polishing tips for your bike. Stay with us.
Motorhead Garage, presented by TopCoat, is brought to you by No Limit Engineering. We build them, we test them, and we drive them. Rhino Hitch, the most versatile adjustable hitch on the market. And by TopCoat, the best coatings in the world.
Welcome back to Motorhead Garage, presented by TopCoat, where everything here at Biketoberfest is not about cruising around on a slowpoke. This sucker here is more horsepower and more speed than you would ever need. Check out this 1000 GSXR Gixxer, man. This thing is gorgeous from the front to the back. Look at the paint on this joker. And then you got 12 inches of stretch back there. I don't know who would want to drive this thing. Definitely not Dave, but this is more horsepower than you may ever need here at Biketoberfest.
My bike's a 05 Road King Custom. I got a lot of chrome on it. It is hard to keep clean. Got to keep after it all the time. You wash it and wax it, keep after it.
TopCoat can apply to any and all surfaces, including the engine. With that being said, you've got chrome, you've got a powder coated finish, you have a gloss finish. All of those surfaces can be applied, and you're just going to simply spray it on. You're going to wipe it in, and you're going to follow up with a dry microfiber, and you're going to polish it out. And this F11 is going to help keep this powder-coated finish of the engine block looking like brand new. It's going to help keep it looking its natural luster, as well as there's no heat issues with the product as well.
I think Dave's riding around here on a Schwinn bicycle. Kind of reminds me of this one right here, man. Classic look. You remember that old bicycle? Look at the front tire. You got the actual spokes on the front tire right there and the white walls. That old school feel, man. This is a streamlined bike with a big Harley motor. The exhaust system's phenomenal, aftermarket. Then you go up to the top there, you can see the seat, man. That's gorgeous seat. White seat with the black stitching on it. Really comfortable. The little springs in the back, down to the belt drive system. Streamlined bike. Looks really good. Love the paint. Gotta love the metallic and the little dice on the back. Looks like things are coming up sixes.
Now, Scott, you've told us how you came up with the idea for TopCoat. You were going to introduce it, though, into a market that was completely saturated. So how was TopCoat going to stand apart from all the other products out there?
Well, that was the irony. That's why I went that direction, because it was saturated. The technology was there, but no one was doing anything with it. You know, because they want to sell, right? But I was saying, no, wait a second, this has got to be better for the customer. This has got to be better for the consumer. So that's where it was one product to do it all. And of course, that was the technology that we started diving into and working with, and thus developed the TopCoat line of products.
Hey Ryan, I was walking down Main Street, needed a saddlebag for my bike, man. I saw this one at a swap meet. I like it, got it cheap, but man, the condition's pretty rough, man. Can you help us out?
Yes, sir, we most certainly can. So F11 here is going to help restore this leather plastic here, as well as going to remove the dirt and the grime that's sitting on it, and then it's going to restore it back to its like new condition. So let's get started.
I hope so, because boy, I got it for a good price, and I sure needed that saddlebag. So first step, you're just putting it on there, start rubbing it.
I'm rubbing it.
This is taking off the dirt and the grime.
I'm going to flip to my dry towel.
Wow, you can see it right now, starting to look shiny as it is. But we'll check back in with our bag. Let's find Dave and see what's going on with him.
What do you love about TopCoat?
I love the performances it gives me as a cleaning product and also a top coat to my paint. I mean, I have a metallic blue on my bike, and during the sunlight, I've had a hard time keeping the streaks out of it. One of the things I've noticed about TopCoat is when you use it, you don't get any streaks, you don't get any after film, you know what I'm saying? And the more you wipe it, the better it looks. TopCoat is something that you can believe in. When you buy it and you try it, you'll go back for more. I've bought more since I've been here at this event this weekend. I love it. I'll continue to use it.
All the way from California, Big Bear chopper. Now, what's the difference between this chopper and some of the other ones? Well, it's a low rider. That's pretty cool. It's down low, and you gotta love the big old 100 cubic inch motor down there with an actual primary open up, man. That thing will shred you to pieces. How cool is that? The paintwork is phenomenal, but the whole coolness of the bike is in the sitting and the style of it. Nice bike all the way here in Oktoberfest from California.
Stay with us for more of Biketoberfest on Motorhead Garage presented by TopCoat. We're going to shine a spotlight on some big wheels and big engines. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Motorhead Garage presented by TopCoat. We're hanging out at Daytona. It is Biketoberfest, and there are some amazing bikes here. And you know, when I was a kid and you said big wheel, I get pretty excited. Well, I still get excited when you say big wheel, except it means something different to me. Check this thing out. 26 inches on the front wheel, and this bike looks like it's flying even when it's standing still. And if the noise from the engine isn't sweet enough music for you, well, just take a look at the big speakers mounted there on the saddlebags. This is one rockin' custom bike.
Check it out, Boss Hog. It's called that for a reason, man. This is a car motor on a motorcycle. Radiator, coolant fan. How about 502 cubic inches of pure Chevrolet performance engine? I mean, you're literally sitting on a car engine driving a motorcycle. What a beast, Boss Hog.
Of course, this is Biketoberfest, and motorcycles are the order of the day, but chances are your motorcycle's not your primary vehicle. So Michael, that's where TopCoat can help us again with your car. Tell us what you can do for an automobile like this BMW.
That's right. TopCoat can go on every single surface of that car, from the glass to the paint to the chrome, rubber, you name it. It's also immune to heat. You can even do the motor. So a lot of cars nowadays, though, are using vinyl wraps, also known as PPF, paint protection film, things like that to protect, extra protection for stone chips and all that. And there's only one product on the market that you can use on the wrap as well as every surface of the vehicle, and that's F11. A lot of products have abrasives, or they're not designed to go on a softer surface like a wrap, so they'll scratch it, create spider webbing, you know, different types of damage, surface damage. F11 will not do that. It drastically reduces the chances of that because F11 is specially formulated with some high-tech microscopic particles that'll fill in imperfections. It's very slick, it's very protective, has no corrosives, no abrasives. So it's a water-based product that's very safe.
Well, we've seen some cool cars on Motorhead Garage. We've even seen BMW cars, but how about a BMW motorcycle, man? A 1250R. This thing is gorgeous from the front to the back. You can see all the little accessories, the lights, got his GoPro mounts up there. He's ready to go. Off-road or on-road, kind of an enduro style. Doesn't matter what you bring here to Biketoberfest. Tubes on the frame, the bike. Then on top, he's actually got an old school map going on, which is really cool. You can see the map and the bags up there. Pack your lunch, ginormous saddlebags, and then really cool, he thought of everything. You see on the back the helmet, he's actually got his helmet lock back there. He doesn't even have to carry it around. Enjoying it.
So Michael, your friend Scott had a great invention in TopCoat, but there was still something missing, and that's where you come in.
Yeah, Scott is a genius. He invented an awesome technology, and it's so hard when you invent something to get that word out. It's very hard because we live in a noisy world, you know, and so that's where my expertise came in. Scott and I have been friends forever. I've used the products he's created for years, and it hit me one night, man, we need to join forces, you know, and that's what we did. So we started our marketing very aggressively online, getting the word out, and we were going against the grain of a very large industry. I mean, there's companies out there that have, some companies have 1,500 products. I mean, what do you do with 1,500 products, you know? So the industry, I think, has become very greedy, trying to have a product for every little thing, and Scott was very smart inventing a technology that can be used on everything, making everyone's life easier.
Well, the bike's overall gorgeous. The problem is I duck down here and I try to see, I can't see anything. Very common problem when you get these bikes or plexiglass, no matter what it is. Looks like a perfect candidate for TopCoat. You know, you want to make sure that you have good visibility and safety. Clean up that windshield, you'll be good to go.
Everybody understands that you've got a Lexan windshield, this one being a tiny one on the motorcycle. F11 can be used on any and all of the surfaces, including this Lexan. With that being said, you want to clean and prepare the bike prior to applying the F11. But with this one have ridden in with some dirt on it, we're going to simply spray the product onto the Lexan, and we're going to, with a little bit of elbow grease, remove and show you what the product can do. So let's get started. With the F11, you're not going to discolor this Lexan. You're also going to be able to see the water's going to beat up on this surface, and it's not going to damage or alter the Lexan windscreen with future abuse of this motorcycle.
Well, you take a look up front, this one looks like a car up here, but as you go toward the back, you see one wheel in the back, and that's the one that gets all the power. It's receiving that power from an inline-4 GM Ecotec engine, making about 175 horsepower. Plenty of go. And because it is a three-wheeler, it's classified as a motorcycle. So that's why it's right at home here at Biketoberfest.
Well, we're checking back on our saddlebag, and Ryan, I have to say, man, it looks phenomenal. But I got a couple of concerns on the top half here. I got a lot of sun damage because that's going to be exposed to the sun, and I have plastic handle there and a logo. I don't even know what it's made out of. Are we going to be all right with that?
Yeah, so most certainly you're going to be able to put the F11 on the logo, as well as the plastic, as well as the top of the bag, to help prevent any future UV damage from the sun, especially when this bike's sitting outside. So we're going to go ahead and get started and wrap it up.
All right, let it rip. Well, I'll tell you what, that thing's looking so good. I believe I'm going to have to turn around and take that thing back to the swap shop and double my money.
TopCoat is a really great item. We use it on our motorcycles, our RV, actually my wife's Lexus, and it does a really good job, helps remove blemishes, and gives a real good finish.
So far today, Motorhead Garage, presented by TopCoat, has shown off some great bikes and luxury rides. And when we come back, we're going to talk boats. Don't go away.
Motorhead Garage, presented by TopCoat, is brought to you by Keep It Clean, the easiest and fastest air filter cleaner. Wild Horses 4x4, isn't it time you answered the call of the wild? And by Magic Creeper, the most versatile creeper ever.
Welcome back to Motorhead Garage, presented by TopCoat. This week we are kicking around here at Daytona Beach. For over 100 years, this place has been one of the world's centers of speed. It started with the land speed record cars that would zoom up and down the sand here. Later on, the stock cars came, ran this as part of the beach course and road course until the speedway was built. Even today, you can drive your car right here on the famous sand at Daytona. And of course, whether you have a car here on the sand or a boat out there in the water, salt spray is going to be an issue, and our friends at TopCoat have a way of dealing with that.
So you custom manufacture these boats and they're shipped throughout the world?
Yep, they're shipped throughout the world. There's a team of 28 of us building these vessels, so time is of the essence for our manufacturing process. And
what products did you used to use on these boats to get them prepared and shined up before delivery?
Paste waxes, detailer sprays, we've even tried some ceramics with not the desired results that we feel is necessary for our clients. So we went on a search and we found F11, and we haven't looked back since. Before, we'd have to clay bar, we'd have to spot free, we'd have to go through a whole wash setup when the boat gets back from our sea trial. Now we've gotten to the point where we pre-apply, and really it's just another coat of F11 for that final finish before it leaves. No wash is needed, which saves us probably half a day on a boat, on a full boat wash.
Now, an easy and effective way to measure bearing clearances is to use Plastigauge, and I'm going to demonstrate it for you. I actually have a main bearing taken apart right here. I have the cap off, and what you want to do is take this little strip of Plastigauge out of there. It's a little piece of plastic. Put it down in there, and then once it's down in there, you want to go across a dry bearing. Make sure it's dry, and once it's down in there, never spin the motor. It's sitting right there. Now, I went ahead and did it on this main cap. Torque it to specifications. That's crucial, no matter what the specs are. I'm going to come over and pop this main cap off, and we'll see what ours looks like after we put it to specifications on a dry main bearing. Now the cap comes off, and voila, there it is. Now what do you want to do? you actually take the paper right here. You can see the gauge, and I want to go down on there and I want to measure it. You can go to the fattest spot right there because that's going to be your clearance. And this one's about 1.5 thousandths. You can see on there 2 or 3 thousandths. If you had too much main bearing clearance, well, the oil is going to bleed through. You're not going to get good oil. Not enough main bearing clearance, well, you're going to seize up your motor. Plastic gauge is a great way to make sure you don't have any catastrophic engine damage. Well, as promised, we made it back to the swap shop, and that's right, I doubled my money. Why? Well, look at the bags, man. There's its twin there. That twin is all beat up. That's how we originally started. We got it out of here for a good buck. And then our bag, well, speaks for itself. You're looking at it, and I really like it because the leather, it actually brings it back to its original sheen there, all nice. It's not all greasy and goopity. See the logo, you see the plastic on top, everything. And now I'm going to be protected. I'm in good shape. Now, I doubled my money. Let's check in with Dave and see what's going on with him.
All right, Scott, well, you had the idea for TopCoat, and then along came Michael, so now you had the marketing, but that's not all it takes. You need a great product to begin with. So why was TopCoat so popular right from the start?
Because it solved a need. It's easy, and it was fast, and you get incredible professional results, incredible depth of image, right? I mean, incredible hydrophobicity. It solved all of these issues with one product. And that was the whole key to it. TopCoat changed the industry, you know, with a tested and true technology. At the end of the day, you know, there's a lot of competitors out there right now that are trying to imitate TopCoat, but we've got a 20-year head start on all of these guys. So, you know, put that in perspective.
How about an Iron Horse chopper? Once again, look at the rake on that front end, man. The custom paint is absolutely phenomenal. You come over here to the gas tank, you got the inlays of the skull heads on that gas tank. Look at the clear coat and the paintwork that went into this thing. Big old S&S motor with an S&S Shorty carburetor. That thing is full of compression, man. I hope this guy's got a good battery to start this joker. You're not gonna push start this one. Massive compressor with that actual drivetrain coming back, belt driven to the monstrous back tire, man. I got a heart for choppers. Dave, I don't know about you, but I had a great time. Over 125,000 of the greatest bikes on the planet and the coolest people you ever wanted to meet.
Beautiful bikes everywhere you can see. And we also learned from the TopCoat folks how every one of these people can benefit from their product, how they can save time and make their bike look great.
Speaking of time, we're out of time for today. But you know what? We have to leave this extravaganza called Biketoberfest. But we'll be back next week with more Motorhead Garage presented by TopCoat.